fourth session of class 9 history, chapter 2, socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution. Till our third sessions, 3 sessions, we have seen that how socialism spread in Europe, in different European countries like France, Germany and Russia or England. But when we talk about socialism, it had not been successful in each and every country in Russia, every country in Europe, but it has a great success in Russia. So in this session we are going to learn how the socialism spread in Russia. Till now we will see that Russia follows the socialism. Russia is having a socialist government. So we can say that from 19th century till now Russia is having a successful socialism in their country. So over here we will see how the socialism started in Russia. So we will see the Russian Revolution. The topic which we are going to learn is the Russian Revolution. Now what is the Russian Revolution? Socialists in Russia started with the revolution. Like in France, when they started with the revolution to overthrow the monarchy and they want democracy in France. But in Russia, they have started with the revolution to overthrow the monarchy because they want socialism or socialist party or socialist government in Russia. And this revolution is called as Russian Revolution. Now we will see what important events has been taken place in Russian Revolution and how in Russia socialism took place. Now before starting with that, first we will see the Russian Empire in 1914. In 1914, how the Russian Empire is and what are the different territories which Russia has. In 1914, Tsar Nicholas II ruled Russia. Tsar means king. In Russia, king is called as Tsar. So over here in 1940, Tsar Nicholas II ruled Russian Empire. He is the emperor in Russia. Why we called Russian Empire? Because Russia has many territories. Russian Empire included Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, parts of Poland, Ukraine, central parts of Poland. All these are the territories of Russian Empire. So over here we can say that in 1914, Russia is a big empire. And Tsar Nicholas II was the ruler of the Russian Empire. So in 1914 we can say that because of all these territories, Russia is called as a Russian Empire. And over here, when we talk about the Russian Empire, the main religion is Christianity. On that time, the strong and main religion in Russia is Christianity, and there is also other religions like Muslims, Buddhists, Catholics and Protestants are there. But the main religion is Christianity. So this is all about the Empire of Russia in 1914. Now when we talk about the empire in Russian Empire, now we will see the economic system and social system, economy and society in Russia. Now when we talk about the economic system in Russia, 85% of the people in Russia has their main occupation as agriculture, because 80% of people earn their living from agriculture. They involved in agriculture. 80% of people in Russia is peasants, and because of which Russia was a major exporter of grains in Europe, especially for France and for England. As England and France, only 14 and 15% people are involved in agricultural activity. But Russia, 85% of people involved in agricultural activity. That is why Russia is the main exporter of food grains or different grains in the whole Europe. Industrial areas. Industries are also set up in Russia, but there are two main industrial areas in Russia, that is St. Petersburg and Moscow. These are the two important industrial areas in Russia. Most industries are privately owned by private owners or private businessmen. And these private businessmen, they provide worst conditions to working class or working people. Working hours are more like 15 hours to 14 hours to 15 hours, and they get very less wages for their working hours. And also they don't have a proper accommodation facilities. Businessman or the business house, they does not provide workers a proper accommodation facilities. There is a problem of sanitation and housing problem is there for workers. Now when we talk about the workers or worker society has been divided between villagers, village people who comes from the village, who have strong link with the villages, they come to the cities for the working, and the people who permanently lived in cities, they don't have any strong links or strong connection with the villages. And by the skill also, the division of the workers are by the skill or training also. The trained or skilled workers are called as aristocrats. They are the metal workers. because metal workers requires training and skill. So they are called as metal workers who are having a skill and training, and they are also called as aristocrats. 31% laborers are women, but women are getting less wages compared to the men. But they are working the same, but they are getting the less wages than men. And when we talk about the division of workers, according to the work which they are doing, according to the training and according to the skilled workers, their dress and manners also differ. Their dress and manners also differ with their work. And workers, or because of instead of all these differences or divisions of workers, when they fight for their right, they come together and they united. So they have put many strikes in textile industries between 1896 to 1907 to fight for the better working conditions. Metal industries also put on strike during 1902. Same thing happened in the agricultural field. In agricultural field, peasants are there and landlords are called as nobility, and these nobilities are having a power in lands, and peasants need to pay the rent to those landlords. But after some times, peasants in 1902 to 1905, peasants refuses to pay rent and they started murdering landlords. And all this industrial and agricultural revolution, it has started, or it has framed the Russian Revolution. It was the starting of the Russian Revolution, not officially but unofficially they started with the revolution through strikes in industries and not paying the rent in agricultural activities. So over here we have seen that what is the Russian Empire in 1914, how is the Russian Empire in 1914, and what is the economic and social condition in Russia in 1914.